Sit in Dandasana and bend the right leg, placing the heel outside the right buttock. Bend the left leg and place the left heel outside the left buttock. The toes are pointing to the back and the hips are resting on the floor. Place the palms in Chin Mudra on the thighs. The elbows are softly bent and the spine is tall. To release Virasana, place both palms on the left side and straighten the right leg out. Move the palms to the right and extend the left leg out. A variation of the posture that you can practice is Supta Virasana or reclined hero pose. To begin the practice, place your palms behind the hips. Drop the elbows down to the mat and stay here for a few breaths. If you are comfortable, allow the entire spine to rest on the floor. You can deepen the posture by placing your hands overhead. Stay in this posture for a few breaths. To release, place your palms on the heels, tuck the chin into the chest and sit up. As a counter, you can fold forward with your palms on the feet. If your hips do not rest on the floor during the practice of Virasana, you will require a bolster and a block. If you use the bolster, place the bolster behind you and sit on the bolster with your legs extended forward. Bend the right leg, placing the right foot outside the bolster. Bend the left leg and allow the knees to rest on the floor. Keep the knees together, place the palms on the knees and sit for a few moments. To practice Supta Virasana, use a bolster and a block. Place the bolster behind you and place the block a few inches away from the bolster. Sit on the block and extend the legs forward. Bend the right leg and bend the left leg, placing the foot outside the block. Palms on the knees, eyes closed. For Supta Virasana, place the palms behind the buttocks in line with the bolster. Allow the elbows to drop to the floor and the spine to rest on the bolster. Stay here for a few breaths, and to release, hold on to the feet, tuck the chin into the chest and sit.
Hand on the hip. Keep your feet hip distance apart. Inhale, breathe through the chest, lengthen the spine. Exhale slowly with control. Bring your head down. Now grab hold of the toes with the middle index and thumb. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bring your forehead down. Padangusthasana. Take slow 5 deep breaths here. Inhale, lengthen the spine, breathe through the chest. Exhale, tuck your palms underneath your feet. Draw the navel in and bring your forehead down. Hasta Padasana. Take slow 5 deep breaths in this posture. Inhale, lengthen the spine, breathe through the chest. Exhale, hand on the hip. Inhale, slowly coming up. Samastiti.
So begin by sitting in Vajrasana, and what you want to do is basically stand onto your knees and widen your legs really nice. So before moving on to the actual posture, you need to warm up your back. So for that, bring your palms facing down, your fingers facing down onto the back of your hip, and slowly inhale first and exhale, slowly push your hips forward and slowly look up. And again inhale, back to center. Couple of times more. Inhale, exhale, push your hips forward, then back, and again inhale, back to center. And this time we are going to move on to the actual posture. So inhale, exhale, pushing your hips forward and slowly bringing your arms to your ankle and arch back. To release the posture, inhale and relax in child's pose.
And then hug the right knee into the chest. Take a few breaths. Release the leg, hug the left knee into the chest. Hug both knees into the chest, just hold the knees for a moment, okay? Now if you have a wall, you can go against the wall, you can align your full body, this part against the wall, and you can straighten the legs. So basically what the wall does is it will help you straighten the legs if you're not able to do that without a wall. Maybe your legs are bent, but a wall will help you just get that extra stretch that you need, okay? So now let's keep the legs at a 90-degree angle, and again if you need to, you can bend the knees, no problem. Maybe hamstrings are a little tight, but if you can, let's keep it there. And now let's flex the toes, and then inhale, point the toes. Exhale, flex the toes. Inhale, point the toes, chin down slightly. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. And inhale, point. Now let's hold it with the toes pointed. Make sure the lower back is touching the ground. And let's stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Just bend the knees for a moment. Relax, relax. And then one more time, come back to that position. So the posture we're working on is Sarvangasana. It is known as the queen of all asanas because it has innumerable health benefits. It works for the full body. Sarvangasana means all the limbs of the body posture. So for every single part of the body, there's a benefit in the posture that we're going to do. But to get to that posture might be a little difficult. So this is the warm-up for that. Inhale, just lift your hips up slightly. Exhale down. You can use your hands also. Inhale, lift up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now if that's comfortable, let's get into the posture. So just start to lift your hips up and then hold your lower back and start to come up. You might be here. Start to take the hands further down the back and then you can try to straighten it out. Okay? The idea is to get the chest to touch the chin. Take the elbows inside and hold it there. Now you have to breathe deeply. Inhale might be difficult because the chest is compressed, but focus on long exhalations. Sarvangasana is a cooling down posture. Take your time here, no hurry. It's harder for me to talk, so you can stay for 10 deep breaths. Focusing on the inflow and the outflow. Few more breaths. You can actually go up and hold this posture for about 2 to 3 minutes, if possible. Now we'll try to go to Halasana. If this is enough for you, please come down. But if you can, keep lengthening and start to take the feet behind you. You can also use a wall, place the feet on the wall and start taking it back. But if your hamstrings are open, if you have the core strength, you can start to take the feet back. Halasana position. Keep lifting the chest. If you can, release the hands, interlock the fingers. You can keep supporting the back, no problem. You can stay here for a few breaths. If this is difficult, no problem. You don't have to do this at all. Stay in Sarvangasana for longer and then you can come down. Now let's come up, hands on the lower back. Control, control, go back up for a moment. Feel that length in the body. And now as we start to come down, keep taking the leg back towards the head slowly. So we're trying to use the strength of our core, right? So palms down, use the strength, try not to collapse. In the beginning it will happen, you might come down with a bang, but we want to come very slowly, very controlled. And after you come to this position, you can bend the knees. Take the feet down and straighten the legs. Now we have to do the counter pose, Matsyasana. So taking the hands down, let's come on the elbows, okay? Coming on the elbows, start to arch the back. Open up the chest to take the crown of the head down. Now from here, you'll have to walk the hands some more forward to bring that head down. Another way is to keep the hands here and just bring the center of the head down and take the hands forward. Point the toes. If this is difficult for you, you can do Bhujangasana also, that's another option. If your head is not going down fully, just do Bhujangasana and let's hold it for a few breaths. This is the counter pose for Sarvangasana as it releases the shoulders, releases the back. If you hold Sarvangasana for 10 breaths, you have to hold this for 5 breaths. At least half the duration you were in Sarvangasana, you should be in Matsyasana. And now, after you finish, exhale, gently come down.
In Adho Mukha Savasana is your hands. How do you place your hands on the mat? You have to make sure your fingers are separated and pressing equally into the floor, and try and take your legs little more backward. So feel very strongly with your hands on the mat. Now tuck your toes. When you tuck your toes, make sure you engage your navel. So you're not letting your stomach loose, you're going to suck your stomach inside as much as you can, making infinite space between your stomach and your thighs. Now you're going to tuck your toes and slowly lift yourself up. When you lift yourself up, your focus is to lift your hips back and up. So lengthening your spine. Now try and keep your heels up and just imagine sending your hips higher up to the sky. At the same time, you want to suck your stomach inside. So first let your body get used to this position. Now drop your head down completely. Relax your head. Do not bend your elbows, straighten your arms. Now slowly from here, if you're comfortable, just drop your heels slightly down. If your calf is tight, if your hamstring is tight, you cannot actually touch the floor with your heels. But that is okay. You have to try and keep your knees straight and keep sending your hips. That is your first focus. Stay here as long as you can. Breathe deep and long. Now, when you're comfortable, without bending your knees, without dropping your hips, without rounding your back, keeping that position of your spine completely straight, you're going to press your heels into the floor. So this looks like a V-shaped position. So don't squeeze your arms to your ears. Try and rotate your shoulders slightly outside and drop your head completely relaxed in. Now suck your navel in, lengthen your spine. And we stay here for 5 breaths. My arms are firmly rooted, my legs are touching the floor, my heel is pressing onto the mat. I'm trying to tighten my quads muscles here. So you're gonna tighten, squeeze your quadriceps in and squeeze your stomach inside, creating a lot of space between your stomach and your thighs. Slowly lift your heels up. Again, send your hips up to the sky and rotate your shoulders out and relax here. Feel your chest open. Breathe in your chest. Draw your navel in. Now slowly again go back to downward dog. You feel an immense stretch in your calf, immense stretch in your hamstrings, and your whole body starts working. After a few breaths, lift your heels, drop your knee down, point your toes back, push your hips down, and slowly come down to child's pose.